Hi there, Tor. I'm just going to run through these numbers then for next Saturday and just sort of give you the key points on each song, in terms of how I'm going to approach it, and then we can have a sort of think about how we can work it between us. But I don't think any of it's going to be of any trouble to you whatsoever. And let me just say from the outset, I totally trust what you're going to do. You know what I do, and you can do this. I know, and we won't have any problems. Okay, so let's start with the first one, which is Superstition. Not a lot of options with this one in terms of what can be done. I'm going to be playing the basic riff, which you'll recall is something like, or even. Etc. Now, I'm not sure what you do to that really. You could double up on it, maybe down, lower down the neck with the open strings on the bottom strings, something like. There's, I think you can play pretty much to all of it, like the Hendrix chord, the C minor, not C minor, the C7 sharp 9. You can also do that more of a funky chord, which is like an E minor at the 7th fret, but barring with your little finger the top two strings at the 10th fret. That sort of thing. Then we've got the little linking bit, which I play as B7 or B. Some people go up to C, and that's fine. What I do is I do B, B, and then C7 with the flat fifth. So, but you can do either B7 or C. It will work. It won't clash, I don't think. Back to B7 or B rather, and then I do A to A7. Some people do B. C, B, B flat, A. Colin on bass will probably expect the way I do it, which is B, C, B, C, 7 flat fifth, B7. I'll start that again. I don't do the B flat. I go from A to A7. So I go B7. C7 flat fifth, B7, A7, and then that sort of little flourish at the end. Back to the. So I don't think there's a lot more that we can say about that one really. Just take your pick, either double it up or do some chord work in it. Right, so let's move on to the next one, Uptown Funk. What we've got there is we're in D. We've got that intro which goes something like. And then we've got this. Which is basically, as far as I can tell, is D minor to G, isn't it? G7, I think, but played in a sort of more funky way. And then halfway through the verse, there's a sort of a funky thing, which what I tend to do is something like. Sorry. And if you want to sort of put any funky things in like that, that's probably the best approach. We might be able to do something in harmony there. And then, of course, the chorus is basically the same chords as those funk chords, those funky D minor to G. there's not a lot more to that. So, what do we got next? Rock With You. Alright, Rock With You in E flat minor. So I'm playing off the bat, which is E flat minor 9, A flat, E flat, E flat minor 9, A flat, B natural, E flat minor 9 again, A flat, B flat, G flat, A flat, G flat, A flat. And that's basically the chorus. The verse is E flat minor 9 again, but two lots of it. A flat, B flat, or E flat, sorry, minor that is, A flat. Then we've got a G flat major 7 or F sharp major 7 if you prefer, F minor, that's B major 7th, B natural major 7th, G flat, and then we've got that which is E flat, E flat minor, F minor, G flat major 7, and then again A flat, back to the chorus, etc. Then really the next change is the sort of instrumental-y bit in the middle. Well, first of all, I think it's vocals, where it's B flat minor 7 to E flat 9. And then it's like the second half of the verse with the G flat major 7, F minor 7, B major 7, G flat. And then it's straight back into the chorus, but then as now there should be a brass thing going on over that, which if you want you could have a go to see if you could do it instead, because I'm not sure whether the brass is going to be on top of this. We won't have Sarah. Ben's supposed to be doing some, but not sure whether he's going to get to grips with it in time. So I mean, likewise at the start of the song, there's a sort of a string bit straight away from the or synthesizer, something like something like that. It's similar to the vocal line, but we're playing it in the original key, so you get it. If you wanted to do that instead at the beginning, that would be good as well. The other thing to watch out there is the key change, where it comes after the instrumental bit, and we go into another chorus. Up to B, C. So that should have been. So it's the whole thing now shifted up to E and A to B, A to C, etc. And it's that till we go out. Okay, so moving on then. That's going to take us into I Want You Back, and a little bit of a tricky one there. I don't know whether you can find some chords in there. I tend to blag the chords, particularly in the chorus, because I mean, whilst the brass is going like all that business, all I'm just doing is that, etc. But when it gets to the chorus, which the chorus chords should be something like I tend to blag that and just do partial chords, which ends up as something like that, yeah. But I mean, if you could find any sort of notes in there which fit the chord harmony, that would be brilliant. You might also want to see if you could double up on the bass and the brass part, particularly. Well, it won't matter so much for this gig because Sarah won't be there, but Sarah never gets it right. You know, that rhythm in that do 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 do. You know, it's something not quite right there. So that's another thing, another way of approaching that. The other thing to remember is after the second verse or second chorus, instead of going back to it goes straight into like an F to B flat. B flat, F rather, F sharp up to G, ready to go into Shake Your Body Down. So on Shake Your Body Down, I'm doing this now what Josh was doing the other night, which was quite effective, was he was sort of doubling up with a funky line, so sort of doubling up the bass a bit, which so it was going like. Oh, should have been. Yeah. On the fourth time. And what I was then doing was I was gradually dropping out on the and doing a harmony to that, which was something like I think that's something like that. Yeah. So that works quite nicely. And I think that's about it for that. So that's Shake Your Body Down in G. Okay. Sorry about that. I just felt the urge. Okay, Wish I Didn't Miss You in C minor. This is the one which is sort of very like the Backstabbers. Which goes, it's basically C minor. Yeah, C minor, so. To B flat 6. And then. Back to the C minor. So the chords are going C minor 9 in effect to B flat 6 to and then on that melody line going down, that's still B flat minor, B flat 6, A flat 6, A flat major 7, B flat, and in the 6, A flat, and then add the 6 in again, back to the C minor. So that's sort of chordally, but I think what would be quite nice there is, and if you fancy doing it, is to put some nice soulful lead lines, you know, just sort of very sparsely between the vocals. I would play that modally in. I think it's A flat, or C. You could look at it as C minor, or even G minor. I think would give it a modal sound. But anyway, you know, see what you think. Chords or jamming a bit. You know, improvise. Okay, She Said, B flat minor. You know this. You know, it's a sort of a bit like a scar fill, isn't it, in the middle? But the chords are basically B flat minor to F7, and in places you've got like a D flat major there, going back to the B flat to the F7. I think that's all there is to it. It's just knowing the breaks, isn't it? It tends to start off fairly ad-libby, you know, including with the rhythm. You know, it's sort of fairly loose. You know, then it builds up, doesn't it? And then. And I think probably the best way to deal with that one is either to play part chords and something melodic in it, or if I'm playing low, you know, perhaps you could play high, you know, with the, say, the B flat on the 6th fret, you know, or even higher, you know, to F. So see what you think, or vice versa. You know, I can play up there, and you know, take a lower same chords in a lower register, and give it a bit of breadth or depth. So I think that's straightforward. Get Ready, we're in D. I tend to play that at the 5th fret with a sort of like a bar D shape. And then just taking the 3rd finger bar off, leaving it sort of like just a bar across the 5th fret, really. Sometimes I emphasise the major sound, or I try not to, and keep it more, because it's one of those ones which is somewhere between major and minor. That sort of idea. What Josh was playing on last Saturday was he was doing it as a riff type thing on the 4th and 5th strings, down at the bottom between the 3rd and 5th fret, sort of. So you know, that's possible, and if you did that, there's rain to go, you know, to go outside the box, as it were, you know, like you know, that sort of stuff, you know. And then the chorus is F, B flat, D minor, C, possibly C6, yeah. And then the only other bit in that is the so that's G, A, G, A, G, A, G, B flat, A, G, and that's Get Ready. Right, Respect, basically in C, but we start off with the F, B flat, and then it's getting this rhythm thing that we do at the beginning, where we're going C to B flat, and we do it 3, 4. Into the chorus, F, B flat, C7, B flat 7, etc. The only tricky bit in that is the key change, where it goes to B minor to E, B minor, C, back in, straightforward, I think. $1 Million Bill. Right, with $1 Million Bill, we're in F major 7. And the basic verse is going F major 7, E minor, A major, that is. And then we've got like the link through to the chorus, which is basically going an F major to A minor. Second time I do it a bit different by going from F major to F major 7 to A minor. So it goes see what I mean, where that quick up stab is major 7 instead of major. Yeah. So then F, A minor, and then it's like an F major 7 over a G in the bass. Chorus is, it's basically F major, major 7, A minor, but I tend to play because there's a little melody in there which makes it more like F major 7 to F6. So it goes. Now if I'm playing that sort of up around between the 5th and the 8th fret, we can play it down the neck on the F major 7, you know, like with the opening, and putting the 6th on like that with little finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And then bog standard E minor and A minor open position chords. Don't think there's anything more to that. That's it for that song. Right, we're on the last hurdle now. Alright, okay, so that's Flown the Coop. And what have we got here then? You're Too Good to Be True. Yeah, okay. We've got this in E flat, and we're starting off by hovering around the E flat to E flat major 7, and then when the vocals come in, we carry on to the E flat 7 to A flat, and then I do a quick A flat major 7 to A flat minor 9, back to the E flat, and then I'm playing now that's basically an F chord, but over an E flat in the bass, or E flat 7 if you prefer. It would work. Just putting the 7th note in the bass, the E flat. So you got E flat, that F over E flat, A minor, back to the E flat. Okay, so E flat major 7, E flat 7, A flat major 7 to the A flat minor 7, the E flat, F over E flat, A flat minor, E flat, chorus, F minor, B7, B flat 7, sorry, E flat or E flat 6. Repeats F minor 9, F minor 7, B flat 7, E minor 6 to C minor. And then you can even put a C7 sharp 9. that is actually the chord in the original. And then the chorus is basically F minor to B flat 7 to G flat minor to C minor. But I put suspended chords in there because it follows the melody of the truce, melody of the vocals. So I tend to play it like that's like an F minor 9 to B flat 13 to ordinary B flat 7, G minor 7 to C minor suspended to C minor ordinary to C minor 7, F B flat E flat 6 in a C minor, and then repeat. Then A flat over B flat, or B flat sus. Back in. That's that one. It's not unusual in C, so we've got, I'm playing a C major 7 at the 7th fret, D minor 7, C minor 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, D minor 7, G7, C major 7. Right, we'll count it off. I've sort of lost my place there, so it's a. I can't remember whether there's a D or G7 after that. Then back. C major 7, D minor 7, D minor 7, D minor 7, G7, then D minor, G7, G7, D minor 7, G7. Now here's the tricky bit. E minor 7, E minor 7, sorry, E minor flat 7. No, E minor 7 flat 5th rather. D minor 7, G7. So we got E minor 7, E minor 7 flat 5th, D minor 7, G7, and then back. And basically that's the bulk of it. Gosh, we're nearly there. Give Me Some Lovin', as you know, starts off a cappella. We come in with the E, G, A, C, E to A. This is and then, as you know, we got the and it'd be nice, as we haven't got keyboards, to double up on this, you know, whether it's just playing the melody, because otherwise it's a bit weak and it really needs to kick out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So double time on the E to A. And the only other thing to remember here is after the second verse and chorus, and we get to the instead of going to the that time, so this is on the third time, it's going back to the sort of climb up. that's the only tricky bit in that. I think that bit of structure there. Proud Mary in D. Starts off slow, of course. Might be an idea just to play something very light and melodic behind it, but we're going, the progression is basically D to A, B flat, sorry, B, G. I'm losing the sense of the rhythm, we're talking at the same time, but so basically that changes to A, B minor and G and back to D. And when we're doing the fast version, all of that, at the end we've got that. Yeah, so playing that as double stops on the 5th fret for the G and the D string. Moving up down to the 4th and 5th string. Back up to the 4th and the 3rd and 4th. Then to the D. So that's that one. And finally, we've got the tricky one now, I'm Every Woman. Right. So the last number, this is not necessarily in set order then, I'm Every Woman. This is tricky to talk through because I'm playing it drop D and with a capo on the 3rd fret, so I've got to try and transpose that in my head as I go through it. But it's basically, it's in F minor. F minor 9, and all the F minors tend to be ninths, F minor 9s. Yeah. Now the rhythm I play to this is basically the keyboard rhythm, but there are other rhythms which you could sort of go against it. So what do I do? It's something like. Basically that. So C minor, and the first time it does that change, it's just C minor, and it does this again later on before the break, I think it is. But the rest of them are not just C minor, they're extended, so we'll come on to that, yeah. So back to and then we've got, this is the extended version, so we've got C minor over, not C minor, sorry, B flat over C minor, over C in the bass. Told you it'd be difficult to transpose, so. And then the F minor 9. Repeats C minor, B flat over C, F minor 9, and then it does a even longer version of that where it goes then C minor. This time it does G minor 9. Is that right? Yeah, no, that is right. To the F minor 9, and then what's that? C chord, isn't it? Third time. easiest way to think of the next chord is diminished, on a like a G diminished, and you could go G diminished. Oops, you know, that sort of thing. So you got or you can just stay on the, or you can play it with an E flat in the root, because it is basically an E flat. It's that chord properly, which is E flat, flat and 9. Yeah, E flat, flat 9. Then back to the I'm Every Woman. And then through that cycle again, isn't it? Then we've got the breakdown, which is just on the C minor, etc. And after the breakdown, you're going into that. So I'm not playing it very fluidly, because I've recently changed what I've got to do, and I've got to work on it. And also just trying to think about the transposition to explain it. Yeah. So. And then we're on the outro, where we're basically moving between the F minor so we're slipping up to F sharp G, A flat minor 9. The F minor 9 until we go out. That's it, tour. Sorry, it's a long haul, that, but hopefully that's explained what I'm doing, and you can work out from that what you can do. Tricky one, really. I think it's just find a convenient way to play that I'm Every Woman, and because I'm capoed with the drop D, it's probably going to blend and sound different anyway. So or sound complementary. So I won't worry too much about it. Okay, I'll see you either at the sound check. I'm not sure whether we're rehearsing or whether you can get to rehearsal beforehand, but I'm not bothered. I know that you're going to be absolutely fine. I look forward to seeing you. Bye for now.